Alright guys, welcome back to Math Sense. In the last video I went ahead and go over a quick example of order operations, and I asked to show you a small trick to be able to separate some of this problem and make it into chunks to make it easier to solve. Now the main thing that I did wanted to take and repeat again in every video is that on PEMDAS, the parentheses we're always gonna do it first, then comes the exponents. But when we come to multiplication and division, we gotta think about them as the same. We're gonna do them differently. We're gonna in each problem because it depends on which one comes first from left to right. Same thing with addition and subtraction. We're gonna do them depending on whichever one comes first from left to right. In this particular problem, I'm gonna go over the concept that if you do this improperly, let's say you always do addition first, you're gonna go ahead and mess up your answer and get something totally different. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you the example. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Now remember in the last video I went over the fact that you can separate the problem by circling your addition and subtraction that is outside the parentheses, because that's always going to go last, right? So if it's going to go last, we will worry about it at the end, okay? So we're going to go down the line. This is exponents, multiplication, division, and then we have a subtraction sign outside the parentheses, so we're going to circle it. So now we have this chunk of information, and then we have 4 plus 3, which the addition sign right here is inside the parentheses. So we're going to do it first, so we're not going to circle that one. We're going to circle the other one over here. So as you can see now, we have 3 different chunks, okay, or 3 different pieces of information that are easier to solve. Now we're gonna go ahead and try and solve for this whole side right here first, okay, and we're gonna go ahead and try and do it in 2 steps, okay. So 5 squared is gonna give us 25, all right. So this is 25, and we cancel that now, right? Now 25, we do exponents first, right? So that's why I did that. Now 25, multiplication and division, whatever comes first from left to right, right? So multiplication came first this time, so it's okay to do it first. 25 times 4 is going to give us what? It's going to give us 100. So we're going to go ahead and bring this down. It's going to give us 100. We're going to bring this sign down, okay? We're going to go ahead and do it on the next step. You got your subtraction. Let's see if we can solve for this right here, okay? So we can do this problem a lot quicker. Now, the reason why I circle this, remember, is because we separated now, right? So there are different chunks, okay? There are different chunks, there are different problems now. That's going to help us solve them a lot easier. So now we have a 4 plus 3. If you can, you always got to solve for what's inside the parentheses. In this case, again, we don't have variables. So 4 plus 3 is going to give us a 7. 7 to the second power, or square, is going to give us a 49. So all this is going to be actually equal to 49. And the last that we have is a plus 34. Okay? Now, we got one more step to go, and then I'm going to show you how doing your addition and subtraction wrong can actually lead into a totally different answer, okay? So we got 100 divided by 10, which is going to give us a 10, minus 49 plus 34. Now I want you to really pay close attention here, okay? According to our PEMDAS, right, if we were to know this part right here, which is the left to right process, we would think that the addition goes first, right? Because I mean, PEMDAS, A comes before the S, right? So we will do the addition first. So what happens when we do the addition first? What is 49 plus 34? All right, the 4 plus 9 is going to give us a 13. All right, 13. We're going to carry the 1. Alright, so we carry the 1, that becomes a 4, 4 plus a 4, and I'm talking about the 10th place, is going to give us an 8, right? So we got 10 minus 83. When we go ahead and solve for all this, alright, 10 minus 83, alright, remember, this is technically a positive, even though it doesn't have a sign, we assume it's a positive because there's no sign there. So if this is a positive and this is technically a negative because you're subtracting it, then which sign are we going to keep? We're going to keep the sign of the bigger quantity. Now when I say quantity, I mean the one that's a bigger number regardless of the sign. Okay, so which one's a bigger number if you compare the 10 with the 83? Of course it's going to be the 83, right? So we're going to get the difference between 83 and 10. The difference between 83 and 10 is going to be 73. Now, of course, this 83 is bigger, so we're going to keep that negative sign. So our answer, if we were to do this process this way, will be a negative 73. So now I'm going to go ahead and write this right here on the right. All right, remember, when we did this, we had a negative 73. Let's see if that's actually correct, okay? We're going to check it and do it the proper way, and we're going to see what a big difference this can make, okay? And I want you to remember this because look at all this. We did this perfectly, okay? We did the top portion perfectly, and it was the most complicated portion of this problem. Now, it would be a shame if you go ahead and do all this right, and then at the end, you mess up this little problem right here, okay? So I'm going to show you how we're going to do this, okay? Again, addition and subtraction, we're going to do whatever comes first from left to right. So technically, in reality, we should have done the 10 minus 49 first, which is going to give us a negative 39. And then we bring down the plus 34. All right, so we're gonna bring this down, plus 34. And again, we're gonna compare the numbers. They have opposite signs, right? One's negative, one's positive. So once again, we're gonna compare the quantities. 39 is bigger than 34. So when you have opposite signs, what you do is you take the sign of the biggest quantity, which in this case is 39. So the difference between 34 and 39 is gonna be 5. And the sign of the bigger quantity is negative, so we're gonna keep the negative sign. And your actual answer is a negative 5. So as you can see, big difference, okay? Big difference from negative 73 and negative 5. Now, the next video that I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you a problem where, and this in particular makes a difference, okay? The multiplication and division process. Like, if you were to do the multiplication or the division first, and you mess it up, you're going to get a total different answer as well. So that's what the next video is going to be about. So if you like the video so far, I encourage you to stay tuned. Thank you for watching the videos again, and see you next time.